What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. Now, I wanted to talk about a particular trend that goes down on Twitter probably every day. I mean, dang, like, it just seems like that. It's like all the time, like, especially now, I just feel like that nobody really has nothing else to do, so they just choose a random person. It's like, honestly, there must be like some like secret like Twitter bingo hall, and somebody just picks out, or one of those, not a bingo hall, but how they do that thing with the with like lottery tickets and stuff, and they just pick a random number. I feel like that they have something like that, but for Twitter, who knows? It might even be at the Twitter headquarters. But there is something that exists where they just pick a random person that's famous, and then just have it where they're a part of this whole thing where it's such and such is over party. And I swear it's like every single week. Last week it was the dude that played this Jim Halper, John Krasinski or something like that. Look, I'm difficult with names and stuff, so if I butchered his last name, I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, John Grinzinski, not Grinzowski. Like, no, I look, all right. I swear, I'm a substitute teacher when it comes to names. I apologize, but anyways, Jim Halper. And then today it was Madison Beer. She's like this famous TikToker and stuff. And what, prior before that, freaking, it's just like random people like Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, freaking, who else? Chris Tucker. Like, it's just a random person every single week, and none of them ever make sense. So I guess with the whole Madison Beer situation, with John freaking Jim Halper, y'all know who I'm trying to say, but I guess with him, so it was just random. Like, there was no legitimate reason on why he was trending or why he was all of a sudden over and stuff. I thought he came out and said some racist things because I know they had one with Jimmy Fallon and for his blackface thing. And to speak on that, because I know people will probably ask me, like, how does that make me feel? You know, to me, I really don't care. I really don't care, because to me, I'm like, it wasn't like he was doing it for a racist reason. He was doing it for comedy reasons. My thing is, it's like, look, I'm a dark comedy person, so I don't know if I was there, and I know people will probably be like, well, what would you do if he was there? What would you say to him if he was there? I most likely wouldn't have said nothing. Like, it wasn't like, and like I was saying, it wasn't like he was going out his way to be racist. He was doing this for a comedy reason. And so, and then, yeah, then he comes out in an apology and stuff, so, I don't know, probably other people would disagree with what I had to say, but I overall, like, that type of stuff, like, if you are blackfacing, right, if you're blackfacing, but you're doing, like, racist things, like, while you're blackfacing and stuff, then okay, but if you're portraying as somebody, I guess, that you're friends with, honestly, though, like, it is no different from when a person is impersonating you. And it's like, especially, and it's like, and then that's the thing where it's like, if you like act hood or, you know, if you act black, whatever you want to like call it and stuff, and then somebody impersonates you, there's no difference. Now, I know people will probably be all like, oh, yes, there is. Like, you're not painting your face, but no, you're portraying to be as a black person, aren't you? So I'm saying, like, whether you portray to do it with or without your face being painted, you're still doing something crazy towards black people. I'm saying, like, there's so many things that's going on in this world. It's like, if he came out and said the N-word, or he was saying the N-word left and right throughout that, I didn't even watch the comedy special, but I highly doubt he was saying the N-word. He was just impersonating Chris Rock. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't even know, like, did they ask Chris Rock how he overall felt about it? Because I feel like that's, like, the real, like, victim out of all of this and things. Like, anybody else, it ain't like somebody that went out there and that's the thing. I'm like, I've never been, like, you know, had somebody portray to be me or, like, blackface and be pretending to be me and stuff. So, therefore, yeah, I can't speak on that. I can't shed no anger towards it and things. That's just me. Even if somebody did like portray to be me and they were blackfacing and stuff, I'm like, all right, that person is just a weirdo. I'm like overall, if it did like get to me, I'm just not gonna talk to that person. So plain and simple. But you know, there's people out there, they'll say what they need to say. But anyways, but yeah, he was. I know it was. So there is a reason for him. But Jim Halpert, the king of facial expressions. The reason why I just want to tell y'all this. I recently started back watching The Office again. Like I took like a little break because I was binge watching that show every single day. Every single day. Come home from work, Office. Nothing else. Unless the wrestling was coming on. But even then, during wrestling, I would be watching The Office. And then just take like occasional lookups, like pause the show, look up, see somebody jump off a ladder, go right back to The Office. But let me just tell you guys, the man that played this Jim Halper, John Krasinski, yeah. He's the reason why I believe in love. Out of all of the romantic movies that I've seen throughout my whole life, him, the whole Jim and Pam thing, the whole reason why I believe in love. I swear, man, I just recently watched, because it was a recommended video, the like when Jim Halper had admitted his feelings to Pam. Bro, that was a deep episode, man. That was a serious deep episode. I remember because there's a shout out to the bass player, my friend and my former coworker Jack. He plays bass in the band Monitor. He was like, man, me and him, we were talking about that show every single day, especially when I started watching it. I think he'd watched all the episodes and all of that, so he knows everything that's happened and stuff. But I remember, I think when they introduced like the whole Jim and Pam thing, I remember I came up to him, I'm like, bro, just answer this. I'm like, you ain't gotta like tell me how it happens, but just answer this. Does Jim and Pam, like, do they become a thing? Like, does that happen? Because I can't wait until season 3, 4, 5 and stuff, and then that's when they finally something happens and things. I'm like, does something happen between the two? He's like, oh yeah, definitely something happens and things. So, anyways, that's all I need to hear. So at that point, I was just watching episode after episode after episode, just hoping that something was to go down, and it did. And I was like, but it was sad though when she turned them down. I was like, well, I felt that pain before. That is a pain that I'm familiar with. I'm like, dang, that's honestly though, that form of pain, that's equivalent to getting a whooping from a black woman. I swear it is. Like, you guys, y'all can't convince me otherwise. Like, y'all gonna be doing that same amount of crying and stuff. Like, you gonna be scarred by that. Like, you just know not to ever get whooped by a black woman again. So that's honestly, Jim Halpert, he knows how it feels to get hit by a black woman. I mean, honestly though, what would you rather have? Your heart broken by your Pam, it might not be the actual legitimate Pam, but a woman that you see equivalent to Pam. Like, yeah, honestly, I'm like, I would go back to when I was a child, to the worst whooping I've ever had, and I would rather deal with that. At least it was like moment, but then I felt like Jim's situation, like that would have been a lifetime thing. But I'm just happy. I'm happy that they got married and had a kid and all that stuff. I need to finish that show. I like on season 7 on that show, but anyways, I kind of like knows, that knows ain't even a word, but I mean it is, but the way I said it and stuff, but I kind of know what happens and things. But anyways, so I don't want nobody like trying to do a surprise spoiler on me. I'm like, I know what happens. Like, I ain't seen, there's been things that already done spoiled it for me and kind of already talked about it and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, he was over. And I'm like, what was he over for? He didn't even do nothing. The only thing that I seen is that I guess he had like a YouTube series that did pretty well and CBS bought it. So I'm like, bro, I'm saying, man, like, nah, it's like, you need to keep, I'm like, make your own money. Like, that's what I'm like, nah, if I'm making some money doing something, yeah, I can understand. I'll probably get like more views if it's on this like CBS thing. But I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, I guess because I'm a YouTuber, so I'm like, no, I'm keeping everything on YouTube, but unless YouTube comes out with like a TV channel or something like that, then okay, but yeah, if I'm, they should though. That'd be a good idea. I should recommend that to YouTube. I mean, somebody, hit your boy up. I got ideas, man. I swear I do, but anyways, but yeah, he was apparently over. John Krasinski with freaking Jim Halpert and stuff. But then with the Madison Beer, so famous TikToker, famous Instagrammer, she's famous everywhere, makes music, blah blah blah. So anyways, I guess she is a fan of this book about like a girl, I guess, gets sexually assaulted in the book or something like that. My thing is, look, if that's the reason why she's, I guess the whole reason why they do this like whole like such and such is over party is because they're canceling that individual. So pretty much like it's just a bunch of people are going to unfollow or claim like, oh yeah, I've never followed that person. We gotta stick with this, like do like, oh yeah, we gotta be fans of Justin Bieber or freaking K-pop and all this other bull crap and stuff. But Anyway, so I guess people are mad at the fact that she is a fan of this book that's talking about how this girl got sexually assaulted. And my thing is though, I'm like, look, that's what people do. And my thing is that how y'all gonna get mad at her and she's a fan of it? Y'all ain't even talked about the person that wrote the book. And then I guess they turned it into a movie too, based off of when I seen like tweets that Madison Beer tweeted out and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, other people are most likely done read this book, and most likely there's been other people that probably talked about how they're a fan of this book and stuff. So I'm saying, like, does it really matter what book she's a fan of? There's people out there that most likely like the movie Precious. And for those that I've never sat down and fully, because I don't really like sad, depressing stuff like that. I remember, what was that one book and became a movie? Is it called like The Lovely Bone or The Lonely Bone? I think that The Lovely or The Lovely Bones. Ain't that this movie? And the girl, she was, yeah, that is that movie. So yeah, the girl, she pretty much was like, I don't know if she was sexually assaulted, but she overall was like killed. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, them sad, depressing movies like that, I don't do so well with it. I'm like, nah, don't have me sit down and watch those movies. I don't like them at all. But anyways, so yeah, the girl gets killed in there, and everybody read that book. Everybody watched the movie. Nobody ain't said nothing about that. And there's people out there, I remember I had to, well, actually, you know what, no, I didn't even read that book. It was, the class next to me, because we were reading, what were we reading? I think we were reading The Hunger Games. So, yeah, now I'm like, The Hunger Games, that movie is about a bunch of kids killing each other. The movie was dope, though, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I did kind of like the movie. The movie was, good. It's just one of those movies and things. But is that the thing, though? Am I a fan of kids killing each other? No. But if I do see a YouTube video of some kids fighting and it's a funny fight, you best believe I'm going to watch it. But and talking on her situation where she's a fan of this book, where the girl gets sexually assaulted, she came out and she said that she likes dark stories and stuff. So she's into that type of stuff. She's most likely not into the whole like sexual assault thing, but she's into the story. She's into like, how this book writer, how they're like writing out this story and things. A bunch of people, they're into murder stuff. They're into, kids fighting and killing each other. What other books and crazy books are out there? There's like books that publicize. I remember I read this one book that publicized Al Capone. And I'm like, why would you want any kids to learn about Al Capone? I'm saying, why would you want any kids to read about how a 14-year-old girl gets kidnapped and killed between a guy, and then she's like halfway between life and death and things? I'm like, why would anybody want to read some old sad, depressing stuff like that? I'm saying, like, but if that's what you're into, that is what you're into. Speaking on me, I don't like that type of stuff. But speaking on another person, I don't know whether they like that stuff or not. So I'm like, if that's what they're into, that is what they're into. I have no business to judge them. And honestly, if she were to sit down and tell me like about the book and things, and she was like, oh yeah, it's about this girl getting sexually assaulted, I'm like, oh yeah, it sounds like a crazy story and stuff. But is she forcing me to read it? No. She's telling me about it. So I don't know how she overall came out and told everybody about how she was like a fan of this book. And dang, it's like 12,000 people are like now tweeting about this and things. So yeah, there's like somebody tweeted out saying there's nothing wrong with Madison saying, I guess the book is called Lolita, and there's nothing wrong with Madison saying Lolita is her favorite book. You can enjoy a book without condoning or supporting what happens in the book. However, saying you definitely romanticize Lolita like it's a joke is disgusting. Oh, so did she like... I'm trying to like read more into it and things. See, then they start posting these videos that have nothing to do with it. I'm like, bro, I don't care about these videos. Y'all cancel her every month. Can this one stick? Oh, I guess maybe she has been canceled every month. I don't know. Madison Beer would be like, so what if I'm racist? Romanticizing pedophilia and a liar. I'm pretty. That's facts though. Like there's just some people out there, they're only following the girl for her looks. Like I'm telling you, that's why I'm like, look, to whoever my future girlfriend or wife is, like, if you get famous, like, you know, regardless of whether it's me or whether it's something else that you get famous for, and let's say it's, you know, your looks, like, people are following you for your looks and stuff, for a whole year, for a whole long year, don't wear no makeup, have your hair all messed up looking, because you know I'm gonna like that stuff. I don't care. Like, I seriously, honestly though, girls, I swear, like, there'd probably be some girls out there that think I'm like husband material and stuff. Because I'm saying, like, don't wear makeup. You know, don't do anything to your hair. Like, you know, if you want to wrap it up, straighten it out, do all that stuff, okay. But curling it and all that, all these, like you know, special designs within the things, don't do any of that. Honestly, look like a full-on, I was about to say something. But I'm like, nah. Then somebody, people will be like, oh, like, Tyler's out. You know what? No, I'm going to say it. Because if, you know, people judge me over it, oh, well. Look like a full-on slave. Dang, I said it. But no, like, seriously though, look like freaking Kerry Washington when she was in Django. Because I'm saying, her when she was in Django versus how she was looking at any other thing she did. I'm saying, like, they had people, or yeah, look, you know what? No, don't even look like her, because she still was looking attractive in that movie and stuff. Look like Jamie Foxx in the beginning. In the beginning, he had his hair, it wasn't even all cut and things. Beard wasn't all cut. Like, seriously, look like somebody from Roots. Like, look crazy. Look insane. Look like you put tinfoil on the top of your head and that you bite people for no reason. Like, seriously, look crazy for a whole year and see how long people be following you. Because I'm saying, then it's like, then you know, if people are still following you at the end of the day, then they're a fan of who you are. Like, still do what you're doing, whether it's music, comedy videos, or gaming videos, or whatever you do out there. But if your looks are playing a factor for a whole year, don't look attractive at all. Look like a monster. Look scary. Like, look like you seriously, like, you bark at people. Like, seriously. You got to, like, look like freaking, who can I say you look? Look like Glenn off of The Walking Dead when he got beat across the head with Lucille. Look like that. Like, seriously, look like, have your eyes poking out and have your head pushed into, okay, don't look like that, because that was a sad moment too in, like, freaking TV show and movie history. That was another thing that broke me down. It was that freaking Pam when she told Jim, like, she can't be with them and she had to be with Roy. What else? When Carl died on Walking Dead. What other things? I know people would say about, like, I know, what is the one movie, The Notebook, and people, they probably hadn't say, like, Ryan Gosling is over party. I think I've seen that before too. I think I did. I don't remember, but most likely it exists somewhere out there and stuff. But yeah, it's like all these, like, people are over party. It's just stupid. Like, knowing these people are not gonna stop unfollowing them. They still gonna have followers at the end of the day and stuff. So yeah, if this girl is into this type of stuff where, you know, she reads about people getting sexually assaulted and things, that's what she's into. And I don't know why people was trying to cancel Jim Halper, but I'm like, you cannot cancel the king of facial expressions. I'm like, I will not be a part of that. I'll be a part of any other trend, but I will not be a part of that trend. I will not. Because Jim Halper and his facial expressions, like, honestly, that can never ever get old. I might be Jim Halper for, no, because people, they be all like, no, I was about to say, I might be Jim Halper for Halloween, but people will be all like, no, you're going to be white-facing, you can't be Jim Halper. Is that a thing, though? Can you honestly white-face? Because I swear I white-face every single day when I put some lotion on. I have to. But I'm like, honestly, though, like, I can't help it. Then it's like if I'm ashy, I'm like, I can't help it if I'm ashy. I'm like, I'm ashy. That's just a God-given thing. I can't help that, but anyways, but yeah, all this, like, thing about people getting canceled or they're over party and stuff, to me is just stupid. Like, until they did something where they ended up on the news and things, like, for an example, Jake Paul, him being off up in that mall, or freaking what else, Bill Cosby, you know, him freaking putting roofies or freaking sleeping pills in women's drinks and stuff, and then, you know, sexually assaulted them. Like, cancel somebody like him. Or freaking, who else needs to be canceled? I don't know, Donald Trump, cancel him. But, like, cancel people that's, like, you know, this stuff is gonna be talked about. Like, I feel like something like this is not gonna be talked about. If it does, and people are, like, highly upset about it, I'm like, okay, then that means that you can't watch. Because my thing is, though, I'm a fan of Grand Theft Auto, but I know I'm not going to go out and shoot and kill people and run over grandmothers walking up and down the street. I'm a fan of Call of Duty, but I'm not going to be hanging out with dudes named Price out here shooting and killing hundreds of people trying to get the #1 spot in Warzone. What other games? I'm a fan of Destiny, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna go over to the moon or Mars or Venus or Titan. I guess that's like a moon on freaking Saturn, I think. Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go to these different places and kill aliens. What else? What other games? I'm a fan of Batman, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go out. Actually, you know, I would though. I would go out and buy a Batman outfit and and become Batman. So Batman, no, bad example. Can't use Batman. What other games? I guess that's it. I can't think of no other games. Man Eater. That's a shark game. That's a pretty fun shark game, but yeah, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go out in the ocean and become a shark because I'm a fan of this game. If you're a fan of something, you're a fan of something. Period. So just be a fan of it. But you doing like some other extra weird stuff about it, so I don't know why everybody's trying to cancel. I think there's like she romanticized this stuff and things, so I don't know. But yeah, she out here doing some weird stuff with it, then yeah, then that girl, she is just not normal. But if if she ain't did nothing, she's just a fan of this stuff, she's a fan of it. Just deal with it, people. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. If you're viewing this on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow, subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.